Hello ladies and gentlemen and welcome back to a new video. Today we are starting a new series, a new episode of Rimworld, a new beginning. So first let's introduce our main protagonists. Here we have Connor Weiss White. He's a fairly good character, he's got some passion in shooting, he's got some decent melee, he's got some passion in cooking, he's probably gonna be cooking a lot for us, and he also has some great skill and great passion in medical. So you will probably be the doctor of the settlement. He has some fairly decent traits. For example, fast walker is really good. Beautiful, I mean, maybe you can get the girls, I don't know. And abrasive. Abrasive can be somewhat bad, but it's not too crazy, it's not too bad, it's acceptable. The worst problem our character has is a bite scar on his left leg. So his moving speed is reduced by 7%. This is kind of bad, but the movement speed benefit from our fast walker trait kind of counters that, so it's fairly good, right? Our second character is Sarah Kaloon Steiner. I have no clue how to pronounce these games. Please don't murder me in the comments. Please, I don't know. Well, she's also a fairly decent good character. She has some shooting, she has some construction, she has a lot of passion in all of these skills. She's probably going to be researching for us a lot. She's going to be probably talking with the traders and doing trades. And she's also probably going to be talking with the prisoners and all that stuff. So yeah, really good character. Doesn't have a lot of traits. It's just it's kind of okay, I guess. She also has a hold gunshot in her torso. It's nothing crazy, but nothing too bad. It's acceptable. Then our final character, Joe Nitcher. Let's just call him Joe. Again, a decent character, has some passion in shooting, some passion in cooking. He's probably going to be cooking for us, and some decent passion in crafting, and a lot of passion in artistic. He's probably going to be, crafting and doing artistic stuff a lot. He has a really good trait, fast learner. Doesn't like chemicals at all, and he's a tortured artist. This is awful. A permanent mood effect -8. This is horrible. This guy is gonna go on a mental breakdown every time he can. He's gonna go berserk, destroy the entire facility. I don't know, but this is bad. This is really bad. So now let's talk about something very, very important. Our religion. What the hell did you do with the religion? Well, I believe I did something very simple with our religion. We are individualists. Each person is a free individual with the right to their own ideas and decisions. We're only gonna use drugs for medical purposes. We will make sure that everyone thinks the way we do. There's no one else. We are all individualists. There's no other religions. We will convert them all. Everyone can do whatever they want when it comes to love. Now, a good thing that we can do, and that I will use and abuse, organ use is acceptable. It is okay to harvest, buy, install, or sell organs. I think we will have a lot of interesting possibilities with organ use here. I had a charity here, so we like to harvest organs from other people, but we also like to give them back. I can already see a poor defenseless guy falling from the sky, trying to escape from bandits, and a few days later waking up tied to a bed with a huge scar on his belly. And out of nowhere comes Joe with a mental breakdown, trying to put the kidney back where it belongs. This is going to be extremely interesting. This is gonna be a business. So let's get right to it. In the first few days, I laid the foundation of what and where the colony would develop. First, I decided to create a zone to store all my items, as well as a field to grow some rice. I soon realized that if we want Joe to be mentally stable, we will need a bed to keep him happy. For that reason, I decided to plan a few bedrooms. security reasons, we decided to equip our colonists with weapons. We never know when an enemy tribe will decide to send a living package of silver to our facilities. At some point, for God knows what, Weiss, our beautiful and strongest melee character, decided to rebuild Kaloon's body, causing bruises all over her body and a few cracks, just to assert dominance and tell her how things work in our humble establishment. Just as tragedy struck, a wild gazelle decided that our village had become corrupt, and it was time to wipe us all from the map. Joe and Weiss ran onto the battlefield. Joe stayed in the backline trying to shoot the gazelle while Weiss engaged in melee combat. The poor gazelle had no chance of stopping our colonists and ended up with its right eye shot out by Joe. Weiss, as the good guy he is, decided to finish the job, putting an end to the gazelle's suffering. Or maybe he was just hungry and wanted some fresh meat. As we all expected, it was more than time for Joe to lose his mind, walk up to poor Kaloon, who is trying to recover from the beating she took from Weiss, and receive a bunch of nice compliments from Joe. Once again, Kaloon is being used as a punching bag for absolutely no reason. Our first merchandise arrived from the sky. Weiss, greedy as he is, he could not let such opportunity slip through his fingers. So he rushed to secure the goods. Unfortunately, he was not fast enough to retrieve the product safely, leaving the remains in the middle of the street. As time went by and the amount of survival packages began to dwindle, we realized that it was time to plan a freezer to preserve food and a kitchen to prepare proper meals for our colonists. But before I could finish, the enemy decided to send in a single unit, alone and naked, a training dummy and a potential business partner in our organ donation empire. Once again, Joe stood in the backline shooting at the enemy while Weiss baited him around and engaged in melee combat. With sadness, Weiss realized that he probably would not be able to capture the bandit, because we don't have a cell and medicine is a precious resource that we cannot afford to waste right now. While our colonists were harvesting the rice we had planted, a praetor from the Orange Empire was asking for help. A simple hare was following this poor, frightened man. Our colonists rushed to help him. Weiss was the first to arrive, mercilessly strangling and destroying the hare's neck, sending the poor thing straight to hell. We continued to work on our kitchen and freezer, which will provide our colonists with a proper cooked meal. While Joe was hauling some steel back to base, wild lynx decided that he was a tasty snack and started hunting him for food. Our colonists went to help Joe as he tried to get back to base. Kaloon was the first to arrive, but she stayed in the back line shooting and enjoying the show. Weiss arrived shortly after and swapped places with Joe, who now has a lynx on his tail trying to grab a steak for dinner. By the end of the battle, Kaloon was euphoric. Justice had been served. Our colonists were not happy. We have been neglecting our religion. For that reason, we chose a ritual spot and appointed Joe, the mentally healed human, as our leader. And Kaloon, the punching bag, as the moral guide. At long last, our kitchen was finally built. The colony is small, but soon we will need more rooms for new and injured colonists, as well as prisoners. Our get-rich-quick scheme was ready to begin. Alright guys, that's it for today's episode. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye guys.